I didn't write it, but I've got a lot to say. Just so you know, I do have a lot to say about this film.
Did this movie make you want to be a witch?
Not initially, but at the end, yes.
Yeah, you were like, let's do it. I get to hang out with all my friends.
Yeah.
Around a sweet fire.
Unless it means
it looks
what
like we're all
I think
gonna
it
fly.
means with that goat. It might mean something weird with the goat.
I don't think you have to do anything weird with a goat.
Yeah, right.
I don't.
There's always something weird with a goat, Ty. It's witchcraft. Come on.
No, that's fraternity life. That's not witchcraft.
Ew.
I had to do a lot of weird stuff with goats.
Must be the season of the witch. Ty, sing it with me. Must be the season of the witch. A watch. She's a witch.
Rachel, Ann, did you like watching this movie?
Are you the devil right now?
I might be the devil.
Devil, is that you? Get out of here.
Ooh.
I'm not talking to you, man. I'm not signing that book, that's for sure.
Did you like the goat, though? He had a sweet beard.
The goat?
Beautiful horns.
Yeah.
And the weird square pupil eyeballs.
I knew right off the bat that goat was trouble. I thought, whose
it's
goat?
also on the cover. You know, you're
I
like,
didn't need the cover to know that goat's trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. That goat looks like it wants to take a walk on the wild side and get easily possessed by Satan, for sure. Easy style.
But what do you think about the rabbits? Did you think the rabbits were also evil?
I knew that rabbit was evil too right after that.
It kind of looks a little evil.
Yeah. It had like these like black highlights. I was like, what rabbit has black highlights?
And the way it like moves its nostrils is in a very aggressive manner that made me feel unnerved. I was like, there's something about that rabbit that I don't like.
Are you sure it wasn't just the music underneath of it? Instead, I think that's more of what it was because the rabbit itself probably wasn't that scary, but the music was.
No, that's where you're wrong.
suspenseful.
The rabbit was scary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into a little rabbit lore today. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I love it.
Now you've told me that you think that that's your animal.
Yeah.
You think you are a rabbit.
My animal, if we all had to pick animals, my animal would be a rabbit. Here, let me make the case for you.
And let me make the case why it's not.
Okay. Nope. I go first.
Yeah, you can
I
go
gotta
first.
go first.
Yep, that's
okay.
true.
Riddle me this, Ty.
Yep.
When you're in school and you're looking at the alphabet on the wall and your letter is by a picture, what's R by?
R?
Rabbit. It's by a rabbit.
I was just going to say rainy day.
Or a rainbow and a rabbit.
Yep,
Those
rainbow.
are like the three things that it could be. There's only three things. There's only three R words.
No, because we used bunny for B. So rabbit.
No, you didn't.
We had to do a different one.
That's a lie.
For
You
R.
used bear for B, and you know it. And you know you did. That's a lie. So, from the very beginning, rabbits were thrown at me in such a way.
Okay.
Another thing.
What was T, by the way?
T would be a turtle, probably.
Oh,
These are all animals.
Or a tiger.
Yep.
Yep.
You got it. Now you're getting.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Nope. You went too far.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's what it should have been.
So that's my first case.
Okay.
My second case. My birthday is on the 7th. 7 is a lucky number for me. What else is lucky? Rabbit's foot. Another ironclad connection.
Yep.
And then
Your last one, I know what it is.
the other one is my Chinese symbol.
Yep.
Or Chinese animal.
For the year, yeah.
For the year. I'm the year of the
rabbit. So am I.
I rest my case.
So am I,
mic drop. If I could drop this mic, I would drop it.
But you can't because it's on a boom arm.
That's me dropping it. Rabbit. And Rachel. R. I already said that.
You already said that.
Well,
So
I want
wait,
you to
this is
wait,
like,
and then
can you
circle back.
imagine that?
Rachel's
Can you,
R.
Can you imagine
rabbit.
that the defense is like making? I've got 3 closing arguments, 3 points to make for you. By the way, I'm going to circle back to point number 1 just to drive it home. By the way, did you hear? Rachel starts with an R, so does rabbit. Boom.
Point number 4. I look like a rabbit. I have rabbit-like qualities. I have been told I look like a rabbit by a stranger. A stranger told me that, Ty. What are we gonna? I can't refute it.
You have small features. and you have
Small
like a
rabbit-like
cute
features.
little button nose.
Yep.
Okay, but
My
here's
rabbit nose. I thought of another one.
Okay.
Also, Easter. Easter's on my birthday, oftentimes.
Sometimes.
And what comes with Easter? Jesus Christ and rabbits.
Yes, bunnies. Easter bunnies.
Easter bunny rabbits.
Easter rabbit.
Rabbit
Do
bunnies.
you call it the Easter bunny or do you call it the Easter rabbit? Call it the Easter bunny.
Easter. Boom.
Okay, here's my only defense against this.
Let's hear it.
Is bunnies are fast and Rach is not that fast. All right, so moving on. Summer's off, everybody. Welcome to spooky season.
Spooky.
I wonder how long that was. I think it's almost worth taking a look.
That might have been our best intro to date, I would say.
And that,
most memorable.
folks, that's how it's done. Welcome to Podcast
Thank
Land.
you for still being here.
I know you tune in for you tune in for the movies, you stay for the stories, but you also tune in wannabe podcasters because you got to know how it's done. And Rach just took you to a master class. It took you to school, botch.
Boom. You're welcome.
So please rate, review, check out our old episodes. If you're a first-time listener to Summer's Off, I don't know where you've been, you crazy psycho. But we have a back catalog of great episodes for you on hand.
Such a catalog.
If you've dreamed it, it might be out there.
Probably. There's a 1 in 5 chance we did it.
Last year, we did Rosemary's Baby,
Yes.
which pairs very nicely with the film that we picked today.
You think so?
I do.
I can't wait to hear you make this case.
Because they're
But you only
both
have
about
3.
witches
And the
devils. and there's
And
babies in them. That's 3. Nailed it.
Boom.
And by the way, let me circle back to my
Circle
point
back
1.
And witches.
Witches.
That's fair.
Rach,
That's fair.
what was our movie that we watched for spooky season?
For spooky season, we watched The Witch.
Oh.
Or, as I would like to refer to it as, The Vitch. Because it's spelled with 2 V's. Does anyone know this? You look at the title, and W, instead of being a W, it's 2 V's side by side. So, The Vitch.
Riddle Rach that.
Riddle me this.
What do you think the reason is for that?
Well, I was hoping it would be clear to me after watching this.
Yeah, Rach goes, so we were driving in the car to go get McDonald's Diet Cokes and play the Monopoly game before we watched this movie. So, will I find out why it's called Vitch instead of Witch during the movie? Is that a spoiler? And I was like, no, they're not going to tell you, like, and by the way, we're saying Vitch because of this reason. No. That's just how they did it back then. If you read old Shakespearean texts like the folio, and I'm actually going to get this. Hey.
Oh, no. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Asshat. The professor's in, baby. Tomorrow, I get to go to the Rare Books and Manuscripts Library and get a special tour at University of Illinois of some of the old stuff that they have, including one thing being an original first quarto of Shakespeare.
Wow.
Can't wait to see which one it is. I have no idea which one it is.
I don't know what you just said. I don't know what a quarto is.
So a quarto was like, so you had the folio.
Yeah.
And that was like a compilation of these things. It almost looked like a normal book. The quarto's open almost like a calendar.
Oh,
like
okay.
vertical.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, the pages are different. It was like, I don't know. I'll be able to tell you more after tomorrow.
Yeah, old stuff.
Old stuff. I used to
cool.
know a lot about this because I used to teach acting shakes. And I'll be honest, after 4 years of not teaching it for a while, I don't remember that much about the quartos. So I'd have to refresh. But I'm going to still brag about it.
Yeah, I'm
that
sure.
I'm doing this. So, but back, if you look at those old texts, though,
Yeah.
all the W's are V's.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've got first folio versions of some of the Shakespeare shows because I think it helps with pronunciations and helps you do with scansion. But all the W's are going to be V's in those, and it throws you off when you're first getting to like work with that
I
text.
should say so. What light? 3 on the window. Break.
You don't say it like a V.
Well,
It just looks like a V. Rach.
Yeah?
What did you know about this movie? Like, what did you know going in? Like, had its reputation preceded it? Like, besides me just talking about it, have you heard anybody really ever talk about this movie?
I had not heard a ton about it, other than from you. I knew this was like one of the first things that Anya Taylor-Joy did.
Yes,
Is this the first?
pretty much.
Pretty
Yes,
much, yeah.
There's a couple
She's-
shorts and some small parts and other things.
Got
but
it.
that's
Yep. She looks like a baby in this.
She's 19.
That makes sense. She looked like a 19-year-old babe. And other than that, I remember when this came out, and I remember the trailers, and I remember thinking the trailers looked real creepy, and me thinking like, I'm never watching that. Never.
Well, here we are, baby girl.
I did it.
So for those people like you who are cowards, who refuse to engage in a cinema spectacular, what would you tell them to prepare them for The Witch? What could they expect? Don't do any spoilers.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead and spoil. We're going to spoil. It's going to get spoiled eventually anyway. So like
throughout this podcast, we will spoil
Is it time?
Is it already time?
It might be. I don't know.
I'll keep it
hold off for a little bit longer, and then we'll spoil it in a second.
It was a witch.
Aye. It was a witch, Mercy. You speak her right.
Thomasin.
It was I.
Liar.
'Twas I what stole him. I be the witch of the wood.
Liar. Liar.
I am.
Listen not to her, Mercy.
I am that very witch. When I sleep, my spirit slips away from my body and dances naked with the devil. That's how I signed his book.
No.
He bade me bring him an unbaptized babe. So I stole Sam and I gave him to my master. And I'll make any man or thing else vanish I like.
No.
What I would say is to all of you listeners who maybe have not seen this for various reasons, I am a new to scary movie girl. I wouldn't even call myself a scary movie girl.
You call yourself a nudist scary movie girl?
A new to scary movies. I'm watching more scary movies than I ever have. And it gets easier.
And you're liking them.
It's getting easier. I think you're doing a really great job, if I may say so. You are curating a really nice pathway for me into this world that I typically steer clear of. So that's kudos to you.
Rach hates jumps.
I don't like jump scares.
Yep.
I don't like slashers so much. I don't. Those are not my bag. I don't like paranormal things unless it's real.
You liked Rosemary's Baby.
I
You
did.
liked The Shining.
I did.
I'm trying to think of other scary
just
movies
like good
that you really
movies.
like.
I like it if they're if it's scary, but it's also a good movie that just happens to be kind of scary. That's the bag.
What'd you think of Exorcist?
I thought Exorcist was good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't remember what I gave it, but I liked it.
Okay. We didn't do it for the podcast because you sprung that on Halloween night. You said, I could watch The Exorcist. And I was like, well, I got to take you up on this offer. And I was like, should we pod about it? And you were like, no.
Wow.
And so you deprived the listeners of a great episode.
Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. Do you have notes? Should we do it now?
Yeah, let's do it now. So, Rach, you want to give your rate and review?
That probably has a lot of crazy stuff to say about it.
It.
That's actually quite spooky. No, but for The Vitch, essentially, we've got this. It takes place in New England. Who knows when?
1630s.
Yep, around that time period. And we've got a family who more or less is at the present getting kicked out of the colony or the plantation, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And they
they
have to go live on their own, kind of at the edge of the woods. And so Anana Taylor-Joy plays the oldest daughter of this family of 5 kids.
Mm-hmm. 5.
And one by one, just mishaps are happening all over the place, and the woods are at play. There's stuff with dogs, guys.
Yep.
It's pretty visually disturbing at times, I would say, but not like I didn't think there was very many jump scares.
There's like no jump scares.
I didn't think I had jumped at all, actually.
Yeah, the only one that I was worried about was there's a moment where a witch is in like the shed and she's like eating the like goat or whatever, or like sucking on the goat's teats.
Yeah.
And that was the only spot when she like turns around. I was like, oh, this might like make Rach jump a little bit. I was like, I'm not gonna warn her about it though. I think she's fine.
No, I knew what I was looking at.
So when you watch Weapons, it's going to be a similar vibe. I've been trying to work on Rach to get her to watch Weapons and Barbarian, double feature, maybe for next year Halloween.
Maybe.
And then we'll do a double feature breakdown of those two movies. So, but those movies kind of feel like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't feel like they're going to be a ton of jump scares. A little bit more with Barbarian. But
yeah, I feel like a Barbarian would be a little bit scary. There's something about this one being like a period piece that makes it a little less scary for some reason. Versus that one being like a modern day scary thing in a Airbnb.
Sure.
So that feels a little too real, a little too close to home, I would say, in some ways.
So I think I watched this, like, it came out in like January, February-ish. We'll get to it when I get to release. But in 2016, and I watched it around Halloween of 2016. So like 6 months later.
Yeah.
And I watched it by myself. I thought it was so cool, so atmospheric. I
Mhm.
loved like all the world building that they did.
Yeah.
And I just thought I was like kind of amazed by it. I thought it was like just like a I don't even know if it was very scary. I just think I was like mesmerized by how cool it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, wow, what the hell is going on here? This is awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it like a cozy fall movie by any means, but it does invoke some of those same things where you're just like, good thing I'm under a blanket here and all
Sure.
snuggly with this rainy fall weather I'm watching in New England on my TV screen.
Yeah.
It's a little spooky. I think it's a nice fall watch.
Sure. Yep.
Mhm.
Which is funny because they filmed this in spring.
Oh.
They wanted to film it in New England.
Mhm.
He wanted to film it in New Hampshire because that's where Robert Eggers was born originally. He
Okay.
kind of grew up in New York. Then they went to like Wyoming. But then, he was like, I want to film it in New England because that's where I'm from.
Mhm.
It was too freaking expensive.
Oh.
So they shipped everything to
Wow.
Ontario, Canada, and like the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
And they set up like this whole shop, and it was way cheaper. So,
Dang. Lost another one. There we go.
so I want to talk about Robert Eggers. I want to talk about the
Yeah,
director.
let's.
Do you know anything about Robert Eggers?
I don't.
You do.
Do I?
I'm going to cue you in on it as we go.
Okay.
So he was a theater kid growing up.
Okay.
He was all about design
Mhm.
and production.
Okay.
So he would work in the theater, like doing like scenic design, prop design, things like that. Worked a lot on the production backstage side.
Mhm.
And then he switched to film, and he was doing a lot of production design for films.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so he was working like with street theaters in New York City. He starts getting into more and more short films and other people's features, working as like an assistant and things like that.
Mhm.
But he's like, I want to do my own thing. So this movie is his directorial debut, which I think is insane.
Wow.
This is 2016. After this movie, he's
Uh-huh.
going to go do The Lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
And then he's going to do 2 movies that you've seen,
Yes.
The Northman,
Oh, yeah.
and then with Anya Taylor-Joy again,
Yep.
and Nosferatu. That was his last movie that came
wow.
out.
Okay.
And all of those movies, like The Northman and Nosferatu, I've never seen The Lighthouse, but from what I gather from the stills, all super atmospheric.
Wow, that's
Loves playing with
crazy.
lighting, loves doing like some really interesting, cool shots.
Yeah.
This is kind of like his thing.
What a portfolio.
Yeah,
My
right?
gosh. That's incredible. That's an incredible portfolio. He should be really proud of himself.
Yeah. So I am a little jelly because we just were talking about this last weekend with our buddy Johnny. I was talking about a short
Mhm.
for the Telltale Heart, or you actually mentioned, like we were talking about Telltale Heart and what a great idea that would be for like a film. And Johnny's like, yeah, I filmed something when I was like in 7th grade for that. And you were like, I think that'd make a great short. And he already did that. He made a short for Telltale Heart. I'm like, oh, we got to freaking find that.
Yeah.
But after doing that short, he's like kind of got the directing bug. He's like, I want to direct. I'm sick of doing like PD stuff. And so he spends 4 years doing research about 1630s New England and prepping for this movie.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, kudos to him because it paid off. I felt like I was there, mud floor and all. It was gritty, but also very like stunning visually. Like the shots were just, like I said, what a cozy little fall film he made.
By the way, so this movie takes place in the 1630s. I think it's important for our audience that they know like where we're at in history.
Yes,
Let's
because
do it.
that will definitely factor into how they feel about this.
Let me
I'm
put the
sure.
old monocle on as the professor comes out. So, the Salem Witch Trials
Yes.
is going to be something that obviously we're going to think about with this movie. This is not Salem Witch Trial time.
Yeah, okay.
That is 1690s.
We got some time.
We got a long time before we get there.
Yeah.
But a little bit about the Salem Witch Trials.
Please. I would love it.
19 people get hung during the Salem Witch Trials. One guy
19.
doesn't get hung. He gets pressed to death. They
Oh,
smash him.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it was wild.
Ugh. Why
one
would
thing-
they do that?
One thing that's kind of interesting during that time is we kind of think about it from like Arthur Miller's The Crucible and stuff. Like everybody's just like, yeah, she's a witch, she's a witch,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
a witch.
Mhm.
And really, there wasn't as many people that got convicted of being witches as you'd think. There was tons of people who testify. You needed lots of physical proof in order to like say like this person's for sure a witch. And so it was like less than 20% success rate to like prosecute a witch. But they used to do all kinds of like weird trials. Oh, by the way, a lot of the accusers were middle-aged women. They were not men. And there's this belief that women were temptresses. They would try to like get men to succumb to the whims of the devil, and then other women would like then attack those like women who were able to do that, or like if they got attention or were a neighbor that they didn't like, they'd create these rivalries, and so like the women were like attacking each other in these societies.
Yeah, this was like a woman on a woman crime for sure.
Yeah, for sure. There really was not burning at the stake. That was a thing that happened more like from Joan of Arc time forward, where like in the Europe witch trials, they were doing stuff like that. But in Massachusetts, no one got burned at the stake.
Gotcha.
Everybody was getting hung or pressed.
Or pressed.
But this is also around the time where like Puritans and Calvinists, they talk about this in the movie a little bit, the predestination.
Okay.
Like when I'm born, God has already determined, am I going to go to heaven or am I going to go to hell?
Oh, interesting.
And no matter what I do, I can do all the good shit in my life that I can possibly think of. If I have not been elected or chosen to go to heaven, I don't get to go.
Well, what's the point in being good then?
And
That's not a great theory at all.
One of the things that would happen is like you would be just living your life, just walking down the street, and then like some sign would come about that would be like, hey, you're elected. And you'd be like, oh shit, I was just walking down the street and these birds came and they all like, I had 4 birds. They all landed on my shoulders, and Lady Marmalade over there saw me hanging out with these birds. And she's like, I did see it. He's been elected.
That does not sound like you're elected. That actually sounds negative.
Yeah.
Birds? Were they crows? Were they ravens?
I don't know.
You're doomed. You're totally doomed, man.
Maybe. But they would have like these weird things that would happen. There would be signs that like this person's been chosen by God.
Okay.
But like all these great people would be like, yeah, I never got chosen, and I think I'm going to go to hell now. And so like on their deathbeds, they'd be like,
really
no, I think I see
depressing.
something. And people would be like, no, they didn't see anything. They didn't get elected. So boom, you die and you go to hell.
Well, I get why that didn't last that long.
Yeah, you don't
that
think
whole
we should,
ideology.
Yeah, we shouldn't stick with that one, you don't think?
Well, let me just be clear. You should be a good person regardless. Like, regardless of
Maybe
your
that's the
ideas about
argument.
heaven and hell, just be a good person.
Maybe you should just be a good person.
But
Don't
if
worry
you
about
do
it.
believe in either place, then yeah, you don't want that to be predetermined. That sucks.
Yeah. People who suck are going to go, and you're not going to go.
That would
Just
be
how it
the
is.
worst.
Did you know how they used to do some of the trials of the witches? Like you've heard the drowning one, I bet, right?
Yeah, the one with can she swim? Does she float?
Yeah.
She's a witch.
She's a
Ah,
witch.
she's drowning. She's not a witch.
She was innocent, and let us mourn for her
Now
soul.
she's dead.
Now she's in heaven.
Is that real?
Yeah, that was real.
That's awful.
It's absolutely real.
Yeah.
But they used to do all kinds of different tests. They used to do like the touch test. So they would touch like one of the victims, and they would make the like lady who he accused of being a witch touch him, and then he'd be like, "Ouch! No! Ow! It burns me!" And they'd be like, "Well, obviously you're a witch." So so it's like people could just play into that whole idea. They would also do some weird ass tricks as well. Like they did this test where they would weigh a Bible against a witch, and the witches are supposed to be very light.
Oh, okay.
But the Bible's also very light.
Yep.
And so almost everybody, no, I don't think it's almost. I think everybody passes this test. And so then they would always be like, the witch is up to their old magic again. We better do another test because they're trying to trick us. I was like, why didn't you just like switch it or something? I don't know. Very goofy.
Not
test.
a lot of frontal lobe processing at
Sure,
that time.
yeah.
I would say we think we're losing that reasoning factor a little bit.
They would also do what's called the cake test.
The cake test. Ooh.
Imagine this.
Say more.
So witches have familiars.
Oh, just
and
like vampires?
And a lot of like vampires.
Okay.
But not humans, though, like animal familiars.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Like a cat.
Like a
Or
cat.
a goat.
Or a rabbit.
A rabbit. Oh.
So they would do this thing, because almost every family would have a dog. Dogs were very popular, especially if you're hunting and things
Sure.
like that. And so you almost always had a family dog. And they would be like, that dog has become a familiar to Mrs. Trotsky over there, who's a witch. And so what they would do is they would make her, I don't know if she would have to make the cake or if somebody else would make the cake, but then the victim, who was being tormented by the witch,
Yeah.
would pee all over the cake.
Oh.
It'd
What?
Piss all over it.
Okay.
And then they would take it to the dog,
That's making me cry.
and they would be like, hey, doggy, eat this, number one, whole cake.
Oh, no.
And then also, it's covered in piss.
Yeah.
And the dog would eat it, always get sick,
Yep.
and puke it up, and they'd be like, ha ha, witch.
Oh my gosh, the science behind this. I've never heard of that one before. What a waste of a perfectly good cake.
Yeah.
Around this time too. It's
I
not like
know.
we
Those
have
ingredients probably
cakes
cost
to
a lot of money.
throw around.
Yeah.
Piss on a cake. Whose idea was that?
I don't know. You just wonder who the first people, like, who came up with the Bible. Like, you guys know that witches are really light, right? That's how they fly around, because they're super light. I hear that a witch will weigh less than the Bible. It's like, well, we better test Mrs. Schlonsky over there and find out if she's lighter than the Bible then. I don't know, a lot of these tests, you just wonder, like, yeah, how these things came up when they were having coffee one day and dreaming up ideas.
I just think your use of lady last names today has been on fire.
Trotsky and Schlotsky.
Schlonsky, Marmalade.
Yeah,
Like,
Lady
what
Marmalade.
are these women's last names that you're coming up with?
Yeah, they don't sound like they're from the period. All these
Like they're from any
Anglo-Saxons.
period. I don't even know if they sound like names.
Eastern European and fictional characters.
It's okay. I just wanted to point that out that I noticed.
Yeah, I like it. So this whole phenomenon, all this witch stuff,
Mm-hmm.
finally comes to an end because Massachusetts has a governor who's appointed by England,
Uh-huh.
and he leaves. He goes across the ocean. And he, like, knows about this witch stuff's going on, and he, like, tries to be a good sport about it. And he's like, all right, yeah, okay, go ahead and prosecute them. It sounds like you have a lot of good evidence. You did the cake test? Okay,
Okay,
sounds
no.
like you nailed it then. Let's continue forward with this. He, like, leaves. He's not even gone for very long.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back, and the whole place is just a shithole. And everybody's like, they're killing people left and right.
Oh,
It's just
no.
gotten insane. He, like, leaves for another week. He's like, hey, we got to clean this mess up. This thing is getting out of control.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves for a week. He comes back. His lieutenant governor has already, like, prosecuted, like, 9 more witches in a week.
Oh, my gosh.
And these are not big settlements. That's a lot of people. And they're
Yeah.
starting to become rich people.
Sure.
Not just, like, the
Uh-oh.
poor farmers are
Yeah.
getting accusing each other. Now we're accusing the rich.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and he's like, how many have you prosecuted this week? He's like, I got 9 more. 9 more are waiting to be done, be hung at the
Smush.
yeah, smush them or hang them. And he comes in and he's like, so who are these people that you prosecuted? And one of the people was the governor's wife.
Oh, God.
And he's like, all right, all of you kids, you're drunk off your urine-filled cakes. You're done. I'm stamping out the witch trials. No more.
Wow.
Stay away from my wife, Lieutenant Governor. You're gone, and everybody needs to calm the f down. So that's how it had to come to an end.
Oh, finally. Push comes to shove, you know? Push comes to squish.
Yeah, push comes to squish. So I hope that gives you just like a little bit of historical background for this time period, so you
Yeah.
know what Eggers is putting. He's dropping us in
Mhm.
to the beginning of this madness.
Well, there were witches in this one, so I don't know what his theories are, but this flies in the face a little bit of that history because there was a whole field of witches at the end. Like, I don't even know if they were all living in the woods.
Yeah.
But there was like, I don't know, eight
Mhm.
witches maybe?
Yeah.
Dancing around that fire naked
sure.
at the end?
Yep.
Yeah.
Flying around.
A coven.
A coven.
A coven.
Did you know they didn't use broomsticks? They used just normal sticks.
What do you mean?
Like the whole broomstick idea was like a manipulated idea that gets formulated later on.
Oh.
They just use like normal branches of things.
Oh, to fly?
Yeah, to fly around.
Ah, I
So
didn't
that's
know
where that
that.
kind of comes from.
Yeah.
You had to rub dead entrails of children
What?
on yourself and on your stick to make it fly. That's why you see
Oh,
that.
that's why she's doing that at the beginning. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
messed
Yes,
up.
yes.
Blech.
Especially if it was an unbaptized child, boom, you're going to get a lot of power from that.
For like one flight, or
I
like,
don't know.
How
I think
long
for
are
a
we
while.
talking
I
here?
think it will last for a while.
I just want to know if it's worth it, entrails and all.
I mean, she was able to shapeshift. She was able to like be invisible. I mean, I think she did a lot of cool shit with her powers.
So
So,
gross.
yeah.
Very cool.
So
Very cool.
The whole idea of this movie
Mhm.
came from Robert Eggers had this recurring dream.
What an awful dream.
He said that this recurring dream would be him walking up to a cottage
Uh huh.
and this sexy babe comes out and she starts making out with him and then she turns into this ugly witch who then wants to kill him.
Oh my god.
And so that was like his thing that he was like kind of basing this whole thing off of. He was like, I'm going to let that idea drive
Wow.
me into the witch.
Oh my gosh. That's That's wild. And what an awful recurring dream. Like, it's okay if it's like a one-time dream, but like every night or every few nights to have the same dream with the hag at the end of it.
Yeah.
Ugh, scary, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like The Shining, where he's like going to hook up with that hot babe in the hot tub, and then she turns into the old hag.
Also very, very jarring.
Yep.
Ugh.
So this movie was distributed by
A24?
A24. So it goes to, I'm going to cut a little bit to its release.
Yeah.
But it goes to Sundance in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Eggers wins Best Director at Sundance.
Wow.
And remember, this is his feature,
Awesome.
his premiere feature.
Incredible.
And A24 then picks it up. Even before that was announced, they actually saw it at Sundance, and they picked it up by the time the festival was over.
Jeez.
This is very early A24, though. So for folks who don't know A24, it's like one of the biggest distributors right now. Like, they do a lot of really cool, like, artsy films, Oscar-nominated stuff. They, like, really like to explore the world of horror. And so before this, they've done Spring Breakers, Ex Machina, Room with Brie Larson. And then after this, they're going to do The Lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Swiss Army Man,
Okay.
and Moonlight. Those are like
Gotcha.
all within the next year.
I forgot that Moonlight was an A24.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, they might be one of my, and this is maybe a stupid thing to say. People would be like, oh, yo, wow. They might be one of my favorite production companies.
Oh, I think a lot of people would say that right now for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They are getting bigger, and they're starting to expand and try to do bigger and bigger movies. So I think everybody's cautiously like,
Yeah.
what? You've been such a awesome, like, little engine that could.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about watching you jump into the ring with the big boys.
Well, just when you start doing that, then you have to start sacrificing things.
Yeah,
And then,
you
like, the
need
edge of the work gets
profits.
kind of taken off for,
Yep.
for profits instead. So I would just question them. Like, keep your eye on the prize as far as, like, what is it that we do and what we do well. And it's maybe not big stuff.
Sure.
You know?
Yep. So a little bit of casting.
Yeah.
Like I said, 19-year-old Anya Taylor-Joy. She reads the script the night before the audition,
Oh.
and she was like, oh, my God, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is like one of the best scripts I've ever read in my life.
Mm-hmm.
She does great at the audition. They cast her. This was going to be her big breakout. So she's from
Argentina, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
Argentina. And then, but she was, I think, in London. He did all his auditions in London for
Okay.
this one because he wanted to bring over a bunch of British actors to
Sure.
play these roles.
Yep.
And this was her big breakout. She's going to do Split the next year.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like the whole beginning of her story. She actually does a couple really bad movies in between this and Split that I
Okay.
did not remember, but they're like did terrible. Ralph Ineson plays the dad.
What a voice.
Nay, I'll not hear it. I'll have proof or heaven help thee. On thy knees. Look me in the eye, daughter. Dost thou love the word of God?
Have you ever heard that voice before?
Never. Never in my life.
Number one, you've seen him in a lot of things. He was like a Death Eater in the Harry Potter movies.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's like Snape's like right-hand man when he's like the king of Hogwarts.
Amazing.
And then he was in he's in Nosferatu. He's
Oh,
going to be
okay.
in Frankenstein, which we're going to see in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And then you just saw him in a gigantic movie this summer, but you wouldn't know it was him because it was CGI.
Oh, was it Fantastic Four?
He's Galactus.
He's Galactus? What a voice.
He dropped 30 pounds for this role.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
30 pounds.
30 pounds.
Whoa.
I want to show that they were starving.
I mean, okay.
What'd you think of? Well, let's go back to we'll keep with Ralph, but then we're gonna go back to Anya. What'd you think of Ralph Ineson?
I thought his voice was incredible. I will say, and this is just not a note for him, but for everybody, at times I wasn't exactly sure what everyone was saying.
I had a
It's a
feeling
little tricky at times.
that would be the case, and
Yeah.
I knew I had two options. Option number one, make you suffer through it. That's
Yeah.
the option I went with.
That's a good option.
Option number two, pull up the subtitles.
No,
but here's the
I'll be
problem.
ruined. I'll read
You're
'em.
going to look at the subtitles and not this awesome shot selection that he's pulled up, this
Yep.
great cinematography, this excellent lighting, and the wonderful acting. You would ignore it all so you could read the subtitles. I was like,
You're
it's not
wrong.
worth it.
You're
I'm not going to do
wrong.
it.
And I think a lot of it wasn't all that important. Like the things I couldn't hear were things
Yeah.
like when they were like reciting like scripture or prayers or things that you just know in general what they're doing, but I didn't have any exact like word by word account of what they were saying.
Yep.
There's only a couple of times where I thought like, shoot, I probably should have heard what he said. I didn't hear that. Did you have a tough time the first time?
Yeah, even this last time I had sentences that I didn't know what they just said.
Okay.
But what's nice is they repeat things that you really need to know.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ralph Ineson's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's great in this.
His voice is incredible.
Yeah. Not to bury the lead, but I thought everybody was great at acting in this one.
I think
Truly.
this is one of the best acting horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
I think the acting
yeah.
is superb.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Anya Taylor-Joy?
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Honestly,
No
I
notes.
think this is the best thing she's ever done.
Wow. To peak at 19.
I mean, just from her performance, I think it's excellent. And I've never seen that level of greatness again.
Do you think it's because
She's 19.
She's 19.
So it's not like she's got the before puberty thing where it's like, oh, she's just a kid. Kids don't know any better than to act.
No, it's
so
not
natural.
that. But it's like, is she trying too hard in other things, do you think? Is she...
I don't know.
What is it? Or are there other things just not as good as this?
Maybe.
Is this just so good that, anybody who does this and does this well is going to be set up to succeed?
Could be. Yeah, it could be that.
Because I think she's good. I like her as an actress.
I think she's all right.
Okay. She's just all right.
Yeah, you haven't seen
say.
Peaky Blinders.
Well.
She's terrible. Should have won a Razzie that year.
Oh, dear.
I mean, it's not a movie, so she can't have, but like she should have if it was for TV.
I see.
It's so bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's literally wretched.
Hot. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
No,
we're using
she's not
crazy
wretched in
words.
everything. I like her in the new Mad Max movie. I thought she was really good.
She's good in that. Yeah.
I never saw Queen's Gambit, so I can't speak to that.
I think she's good in that.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of it.
And The Northman, I thought she was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A lot of times I just think she's good, though. I never think she's great. I thought she was great in this. I love it.
Okay.
Kate Dickie. She's the mom.
Yeah.
She was, you've seen her before. Let's see if you can piece it. Where?
I
do you
don't
know
know. I thought she looked familiar.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint.
All right.
She breastfeeds in this movie.
Yep.
And that makes a lot of sense because the last time you saw her, she was also breastfeeding.
It's probably not as good of a hint.
It's a really good hint, actually, when I
really
tell
good
you what
hint?
she was.
Is it a period piece that she's in?
I think you could say that.
Okay.
Fantastical period piece.
A fantastical period piece?
Yep.
Where she's breastfeeding.
She's breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, somebody she should not be breastfeeding anymore.
Oh my gosh. Game of Thrones?
Yes. She is the lady in the big great, is it the Great Tower or whatever? And
The air people.
Her son is like, make the birdies fly, Mom.
Yeah.
Yes, that's her. She's
excellent.
the mom,
Excellent
yeah.
choice in casting.
Yep.
Yeah. She has an edge to her.
She does.
Like a creepy edge. So
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't take offense to that when she listens to this episode.
What'd you think of her?
Oh, she's great.
I did too.
Yeah. Sorry to bear the lead. I think, just to go, you're going to ask me? They're great.
Twins?
Kids?
Those
great.
twin kids?
So great. Want to slap their heads together. So great.
I wanted to murder those kids. The twins can literally eat chunks.
I be the witch of the wood.
Mercy, come out.
I be not Mercy. I be the witch of the wood. And I have come to steal ye. Hear me stick a flying through the trees. Clickety-clackety, clickety-clackety.
Mercy.
Clickety-clackety, clickety-clackety.
Liars, when thou dost wrong.
They did.
off.
They ate their own chunks, probably at the end, because we don't know what happened, but they're gone.
Oh my gosh.
What?
So let's spoil the ending. So
Yeah.
At the end,
Yep.
what happens at the end, Rach?
At the end, the...
Spoilers.
Anya Taylor-Joy and these two twins, the youngest ones, have all been like locked in a barn together because we've already had the death of the baby and we've already had the death of the eldest son.
Mhm.
And the parents think it's Anya Taylor-Joy. The little kids are kind of like little shits and like, yeah, she's a witch.
They're even pretending
They're
to like
even
be like
pretending.
possessed at times. And they
Yeah.
like even break their pretend at the end and it's like, see, they're faking it or whatever.
Do
It's
you
so
think
funny.
they ever did talk to the... Because they claim
Yeah.
that they can talk to the,
Oh, yeah.
the goat. I think they talked to the goat.
Absolutely.
I think they...
He's been corrupting those little effers the entire time.
So essentially, they're all locked in the barn together with the goat
Mhm.
and other goats. And, we wake up the next morning and they're gone. And the night, there was maybe a witch in the night that maybe ate them, maybe brought them to go chop up
don't-
their entrails.
They don't eat them.
They
chop them
up.
and they mush. That's when she's mushing at the beginning.
Oh God.
She's mushing the entrails, and then she's able to rub it all over herself and her stick so she can fly.
Oh God.
Just
simple as that.
And at the end of this
Magic.
movie, everybody's covered in entrails again.
Oh.
Whose entrails do you think those were, Rach?
Okay.
The twins. They got those little shits.
Fucking flying. Oh my God.
They didn't deserve it, but they did deserve a smack upside the head.
Smack upside his head would have been just fine.
So to get this cast on board, Ager sent the potential cast members this book. It was a book of an image book. Is that what it's called? And it's just these like crazy pictures that he had either taken or had composed, and they kind of like showed the art direction of the film and some of the things that he was thinking about. And every cast member who received one of these books was like, "It's what sold me on the film."
Yeah.
I thought the script was amazing, but I got this image book, and I was like, "Wow, this attention to detail." Like, this is a beginning director that I want to work with.
Sure.
Because look at how much time and energy they're putting into this. Like, this is really, really well contrived.
Look at this mood board. This is
it's a mood board pretty much.
good.
Yep.
Did you see his Pinterest wall?
Yeah, have you guys?
Oh man,
are you guys following me on Pinterest at all? Because I have some really cool stuff that I want to show you.
That would be me.
Especially in 2016.
I'd be so lazy. I'd be like, just look at this file that I made here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make anything. Just like look at the pictures I posted. That's what we're doing.
So Eggers worked with the cast to make it Jacobean English,
Okay.
and he wanted them to specifically be. They were originally going to be from Essex, but because what's his name who plays the dad is from Yorkshire originally, he's like changes his whole script. He's like, you're all from Yorkshire now.
Okay.
But he had them like work with dialect coaches to make sure that they could capture that quality and stuff. I thought they'd do a phenomenal job of that.
Yeah.
It seems to totally work from my perspective.
Yeah, just didn't understand half the things.
Which
But
makes sense. That makes you feel like you're there.
Would be real.
Yeah.
To me, that would be real.
Have you ever gone to the dirty South? Because down there, sometimes I can't understand people either. Like, what?
You just gotta wake your ears up. That's
Yep,
all.
for
Wake them
sure.
up.
And one of the things that he did in order to get the language right is he'd study documents from the time period, and he read the manuscripts, the transcripts from the Salem witch trials to try to figure out, like, how are they talking?
Yeah,
and studying that
specifically
language.
about witches.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Gotcha.
So, like I mentioned,
Very cool.
they filmed this whole thing in Ontario, Canada. It was in a place called Kiosk. It was so remote that they could not even get cell phone service out there.
Creepy.
Everybody felt like they were stranded.
Awful.
But it was the only way that he could do it for the budget that he wanted,
Sure.
or that he was able to secure, which was only $4 million. They shot in 5 weeks. It was really cold at the beginning of the shoot because it's spring, not fall.
Sure.
And by the end of the shoot, everything had started to thaw.
Yep.
And there was this massive swarm, this horde of black flies that
Oh.
invaded the camp.
Oh, gross.
And they were biting black flies.
Oh, God.
And they would swarm on people. They were always trying to like swish them off. And then they would bite the kids and stuff. And so they had moments where they were supposed to be like sitting at a table in their huts or whatever. And they're just getting bit the entire time.
Oh,
And so things were
no.
terrible on set by the end of it.
Oh, that's awful. That makes me feel just bad for everybody.
Now,
but
what
what
are-
can you do, though?
Well,
You know?
yeah, what can you do?
What can you do?
What can you
I'm
do?
asking what can be done.
DEET.
Deet.
Deet. I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing I could think of.
Spray it.
Spray it,
baby. Breathe it. Spray it.
It makes you always think, like, what did people do back in the day? Like, what did they do in the 1600s in this part? If there's a swarm of black flies that were just swarming them all the time,
They
you're like,
get eaten alive and they die.
please stop biting me. And then the winter comes and it's like, please let me survive the winter. And then it's like,
Exactly.
please stop biting me again. Like, there's no reprieve.
Yeah. I will say, now this is the, I just had one thing that took me out of it a little bit, and this is kind of like
What
a
was
weird
it?
thing. So
Because there's something that takes eggers out of it, too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. But it kind of goes to that like whole like piece about like the hardships of the time.
Yeah.
The mother's grief is so great at the beginning of this film when the baby has gone
Snatched.
missing,
Mhm.
snatched, and I can do my best to sympathize with that or empathize with that. But a part of me is like, but this is that time period. Like like kids die
amount of baby
all
loss,
the
yeah.
time. Kids die.
It's actually kind of amazing they haven't had loss up until
the
that
fact
point.
that they yeah, it's incredible.
You
right?
assume that they
Everybody
never had
probably has at
loss
least-
before
Mhm.
because of how many kids, and they
Mhm.
have a ton of kids. It's like, fuck, you guys are really lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's so unexpected, so that could be a part of it too. Because a lot of it would be disease or things like that, and there's so much mystery around like what happened to the baby. So, but that was the only thing that just like made me think like, how long has it been that she hasn't slept or eaten? Like she's got to toughen up. This is 16 whatever. Like shit's real out here. We're by the edge of the woods. We're by ourselves. Like we're lucky. We're alive right now.
Sure.
All of us are lucky.
Yep.
Tough love. Tough love from me.
Tough love from Rach.
Tough love.
Hardened soul over here.
Well, she didn't know the witch got her baby.
Yeah, I know.
That would be worth crying about.
She did. I did wonder, like, what do you think? Because there's like this doubt that it was a wolf or whatever. It's like, well, what do you think happened?
Mm-hmm.
You think there's like an accident in the river or something, and the baby accidentally drowned, or like, what do you think occurred?
Yeah, where would the baby go?
That it wasn't whatever Anya Taylor-Joy says happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There was like a little bit of that. It was curious.
Mm-hmm.
No, the part that Eggers hates.
Yeah, tell me.
Is that when she's smacking her mom with the trowel or whatever and like kills her own mother?
Yeah.
Towards the end of the film.
Yes.
And
Great scene.
she's got blood all over her face and everything.
Yeah.
He hates that you can very clearly make out that she's got earring holes in her ears. And it bothers him so much. He's like, I'm just pissed at myself. We spent money on VFX, and I was like, I should have CGI'd those earring holes. It wouldn't have cost that much money. I need to just get rid of them. They drive me nuts every time I watch this movie.
Wow, and that shows like the attention to detail. That's incredible.
Speaking of attention to detail, he shot on these old Cook lenses, they're called, from the Panavision line of lenses. They're from the 1940s. And the reason he chose these lenses, not to geek out on like nerd cinematography stuff.
But you can.
He chose these lenses because it looks like you're looking through a scope. And so the edges are all very blurry.
Oh,
and I don't know if you noticed this, but like there are times where it's like clear in the center of the image, and then it starts to lose focus as you go out. It's almost like it's hard to like see it like impacting shots a big time.
Yeah.
But I was looking for it this time. And I was like, oh, I can kind of see it a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little disorienting.
And he wanted you to feel like you're looking through a lens back into history. Like you found like this special telescope that's like taking you through history.
Oh, cool.
They also shot it on the Alexa. Why is that cool, Rach?
Is that what we shot our short on?
Because we just shot Girl Dad on the Alexa.
Dang.
Very cool.
That's cool. So we could do this.
We could.
You give us $4 million and 4 years
and
of prep.
And these Cook lenses.
And these Cook lenses. And do we need anything else?
Maybe some great British actors.
Some great British actors.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Exciting. I know what our next project's going to be.
There was nothing there before this in that camp.
Okay.
Everything was completely just like a field by some woods. And that was it. But because Egger has this background in production design and scenic design and all this stuff, he designed everything.
Incredible.
And he would fly in special carpenters, a special roof thatcher. He wanted all these people with specialist talents to come work on constructing this house and this farm.
Dang.
And so they created that all from scratch.
Incredible.
Nothing there.
I did think that family did a nice job. Yeah. I thought they just like found
like
a
field
a year. And then just poof, there's a nice little house. It's like, yeah, people, that's how it used to be done.
Yep.
It didn't it? Just build a house.
And Anya Taylor-Joy gives her dad some shit about like not being able to hunt. And I'm like, well, I mean, what a great carpenter, though. Like,
yeah, he made a great
He
house.
made some cool shit over
assuming
here.
he did most of that by himself.
Yeah.
You guys are so little.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe Caleb helped a little bit.
Maybe.
I don't know. So he also tried not to use any external lighting.
Okay.
He wanted to use just candle lights. They actually had special candles, so they burn really bright.
Okay.
And then he would try to use like the moonlight. Sometimes they would intensify the moonlight to like make it look even brighter. But he wanted everything to feel as natural as possible. No external lighting.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of night stuff.
There is a lot of night stuff. And I think on some of that night stuff, they did use external stuff.
But it looked so good.
Yeah,
and there's
they really
also
did.
a lot of dusk stuff. So you think about like having to time that just right and then having to be like, okay, go. Oh, nope, too dark. Now we have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, like that's exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine.
For sure. Yeah. There was one person on this set that was kind of a pain in the ass to everybody.
Mercy.
Oh, Mercy, is that the daughter, the youngest
The
daughter,
littlest
the twin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it her?
She's a little shit. No, not necessarily.
Not Mercy.
So there was this gentleman who his name was Charlie on set, and he was just causing like all kinds of bullshit.
Okay.
Oftentimes he would like they would say, hey, can you go do this? And they would do the opposite thing. He would fall asleep on set. He'd cause mayhem, and then he'd party like when things were supposed to be calm, like in the middle of the night. He'd be like trying to like create a party and stuff. And everybody he was driving everybody crazy. And finally, him and Ralph Ineson, they're only 4 days on set together, him and this Charlie guy.
Oh my gosh, 4 days.
Yep. And they get into a fight.
Uh-huh.
They get into this big fight, and they're kind of wrestling around. Charlie actually like...
Physical fight.
Charlie headbutts Ineson, and it hits him right in the ribs. And it like kind of, it doesn't crack a rib, but it dislocates the muscle from the intercostal ribs.
Oh, wow.
And he has to go to the hospital off of this fight.
Oh, my God.
And Ralph Ineson, it was like, he still says in interviews today, he's like, yeah, F Charlie. I hate Charlie.
You idiot. Oh, my God.
Charlie.
Who's Charlie?
Was Black Phillip.
What?
Charlie played Black Phillip.
Oh.
That was the name of
he's
the actual
devil?
goat. The goat, Charlie, was not the actual devil. Sorry, you're lost now.
You're talking about it's the goat?
The goat.
The goat was the asshole?
The goat was the asshole.
There's not a person named
There's
Charlie.
no person.
The goat.
The goat's name is
black
Charlie.
goat, his name is Charlie, and he's the asshole who did that.
Who did all this bullshit.
Black Phillip crackers out his head. Black Phillip, tonight the queen is wed.
Caused all kinds of mischief. They would be like, all right, Charlie, we need you to like do this thing. And Charlie would be like, I want to sleep. And he'd be like, no, Charlie, no, we need you just to calm down. We're filming a different scene or whatever. And Charlie would be like,
That's a great goat impression.
and it would make all these crazy noises. They'd be like, dude, you need to shut that goat up. They'd take it like to the other side of the set. It was still making so much noise. It'd ruin all the
And
shit
Ralph
shots.
got in a fight with the goat?
And Ralph Ineson.
What was he going to do?
I think it must have been during that scene where he grabs it by the horns and he's
Sure.
trying to get it back in the pen.
Yeah.
And the goat rams into him, headbutts him so hard that it does that rib.
Yeah.
And he actually got hurt like 3 other times. He had to go to the ER 4 times.
Oh my god.
Because of that goat. And the one was when it like split his ribs. He said it affected him the whole rest of the shoot.
Oh, I bet.
And so that was happening. That was 4 days into the shoot. And he already was injured and was dealing with all these ailments.
He's got to split so much wood. How's he going to do that? That's crazy.
Oh, 3 different times into the ER, by the way. Not 4, 3 times.
Okay, because that's that different.
But listen to this. Ralph Ineson hated this goat so bad. He's like, F Black Phillip, F
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
That when he got off set, it was his wife's birthday. And he got back to England, and he took his wife out in London to this place called The Smoking Goat. And to celebrate, he ate goat curry just to kind of stick it to Charlie. And finally put this to bed.
Well, I think that's funny, except he didn't actually eat Charlie. He ate a different goat that we know of.
But maybe one of Charlie's buddies.
But maybe one of Charlie's
Somebody
friends.
Charlie knew, maybe an old distant relative.
I'll be honest, that's kind of twisted. Not eating goat, I think that's not a big deal. I don't know. I've never partook, but the whole like revenge eat, that's very interesting.
Is there anything that you would revenge eat against?
Like an animal that I hated that I was gonna eat to show it what's what?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't hate any animals.
See, I would some of those squirrels that ravaged my new grass when I planted great new grass at our last house, and then the squirrels just dug it up.
Squirrel?
Yeah. I'd be like,
wouldn't
all
eat
right,
a
I'm gonna
squirrel.
roast that squirrel.
No, they're so cute.
They're vicious. They're monsters. Charlie actually ruined a lot of things on this set.
Okay.
Charlie was such an ass to film around. I watched Egger's interviews. I listened to Ineson's interviews. They were just like, nobody could stop. Like, the main thing that they wanted to talk about was what a shithead this goat was. Eggers was like, you can't train asshole goats.
Yeah.
Asshole goats are asshole goats. It's kind of like with the crow, how they did ravens because crows are dicks.
Sure.
It's the same thing here. It's like, you cannot train a goat. A goat will always just do whatever the hell they want it to do. But I'll be honest, while I was watching it, I was like, you actually got the goat to do quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, I believe that goat was possessed by the devil.
Yeah.
He was acting different from the other goats at times. Yeah, I had no doubts.
It did that thing
No
where
doubts.
it neighs on its back legs.
Yeah.
That was cool. It like goes up to her, like in one shot, like the goat's sitting outside this shed. Anya Taylor-Joy walks up to this goat, and then the goat walks into the shed. I was like, hey, that's pretty good goat behavior.
How'd you do that?
That's pretty amazing.
Just like
and
a
then the goat
leash?
follows her, like right next to her, like in the woods, and it doesn't try to headbutt her or anything. I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say.
So, anyways, they all hated this goat. They said that the goat was so bad that Eggers said that this movie was intended to be more like 2 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to cut so many scenes that Charlie had ruined that the film got down to 90 minutes.
Well, what I'll say is we love a 90-minute film.
Absolutely.
We love, and because this is such a slow build.
Slow burn, atmospheric.
And it's so great when you finally get there. But I do wonder if it was longer, would the slow burn be worth it?
No.
I think it's actually really well paced.
I think it's accidental art.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what happened with Charlie
Yeah.
and the scenes that were ruined, I think it was overall probably a good thing. Because you're able to go so slow when you're only going to do an hour-and-a-half film.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, like, I like to feel like I wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
And I did want more, but I didn't want you to give me more.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things like, I want more cake, but I know I shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
Because it will ruin my,
Then it won't taste
my
as
experience
good.
I just
Yeah,
had.
yeah, yeah.
I'll be too full.
Did you know before you began researching this that you were going to find this gem of info about this goat?
No.
This is an incredible backstory.
No
I just want
idea.
you to know.
No,
this
no,
is so
no.
good. And this is why you tune in, folks, because I'll be honest, this probably isn't on a lot of lists. This is good background info.
The goat info.
The goat of infos.
The goat of goat info. The Witch comes out February 19th of 2016. Like I said, it cost $4 million to make. Any guesses on how much it made?
When? Altogether? First weekend? What did we say?
Altogether, domestic and international. I just have a total for you.
I would say, it's horror. I don't know. I don't really have a good sense of horror
Yeah,
as much.
it's tricky.
Horror. I'm gonna throw out 50 million,
Close, 40 million.
40 million.
Yeah, so it did really well.
Yes, yes.
Times 10 its budget. So even factoring in marketing, that's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
So
especially
everybody
for
pretty
low
much-
budget horror.
They said it was a success, and so now they're in production right now for The Witch 2, 3, and 4. They've got a 3-movie deal
What?
to continue forward.
Are you serious?
No, that's not real.
I said, whoa.
Why did you think that was kind of stupid?
I would be
why?
like,
Why ruin
no,
this?
Don't.
Do other things.
Especially with his other films that he's made. It's like, why would you? I mean, you can make a witch too, but you don't have to.
Mhm.
You can make anything if you want to.
Yeah.
It seems like, and you do.
So this released at number 4 behind Deadpool. There's this Joseph Fiennes Christ movie called Risen.
Nope.
I hadn't heard of it either. And then Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh,
So sitting in the 4 slot.
I think I only saw 1 and 2. I don't think I saw number 3.
I did not see number 3 either. I saw 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
1, very good.
Great time.
2, can't really remember it. Might have been good.
Me neither.
I just don't remember.
Hard to say.
Taglines. Do you have a tagline for this film?
You know I do.
What is it?
She's a witch.
Okay, very
She's a vitch.
good. Tags are, first one, a New England folk tale.
I did see that on the title screen. They said that
Yeah,
underneath
it's kind of
it.
like just like random subtitle for that one.
Mhm.
I don't like it as a tag. I think it's kind of whatever. The other one is evil takes many forms.
Mm-hmm.
Critics
Could be a rabbit. Could be goat.
could be a crow.
crow. Oh, that crow scene was crazy.
Oh, you want to talk about the crow?
The mom is having a fever dream or whatever. I don't know what we call it when it's the devil. But she's dreaming that she's seeing her sons again, and she takes the baby son and goes to breastfeed him. And then we come back later and we see mom, and it's like a crow picking at her breast.
Yep.
It's quite the disturbing image.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that. That's crazy.
So I think it's a good time to do a tiny little side quest. So I want to take a Q rating
Okay.
on some animals that we saw in this movie.
Okay.
I want you to tell me how what you would give them 1 to 10 for a likability rating of each of these animals, and then I want you to tell me if that has changed after watching the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so let's start off with horse. What's the horse's Q rating?
We love a horse. A horse is solid. A horse is going to be a 10 forever. A 10 out of 10. The horse did nothing wrong. It just disappeared.
Yep.
So we just got horse for horse.
Did
10.
the horse go up, or has the horse always been a 10?
Horse is always a 10.
Yeah, I agree.
Classic. Horse
Classic
is a 10.
horse.
Yep.
What about dog?
Dog is a 10 as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Dog,
Agreed.
after this, you feel so bad for the dog.
Yep.
And that was also a very gruesome image. So dog goes up to an 11.
Yeah.
Because you just think you just hold your babies tight.
Sure.
I pet my dogs after seeing that. I was just like, I can't
So
watch
sad.
this. This is so
sad.
sad. Why would they do this?
Okay, so by the way, has anybody ever made a movie with a dog and a horse just palling around the whole movie?
Oh, I'm sure.
If it hasn't been done, it's a fortune. It's a absolute leprechaun's trove of gold sitting at the end of that rainbow. You've got to go grab it, somebody.
Somebody make this.
It's gonna
film.
suck to shoot. I'm gonna warn you now. Shooting is gonna be terrible. But if that film does not exist, it's time to cash in. What's the Q rating of Crow?
Beforehand?
You can just say in general right now, and then tell me if it changed.
And I don't know what Q rating means. What's a Q
It's
rating?
like likability.
Likability?
Yeah, 1 to 10. Like, what's the Q rating?
I mean, a crow.
I'm probably using that term wrong, but who cares?
No, it's okay. We'll say a crow is like kind of like a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the same score it was before and after?
In this, no. Crow goes down to at least like a 4 after this.
Okay.
Maybe a 3. The pill pecking thing, that was pretty gruesome, but
Sure.
so effective. Crows are so effective in scary movies. Birds are effective in scary movies because they're just... it's the birds is what it is. I think that's just brainwashed me to just think like birds are just like a little something else.
Rach loves the movie The Birds.
It's so
She showed it to me,
good.
and I was like,
Alfred Hitchcock.
I saw it once. I'm good. I like other Alfred Hitchcock movies, but The Birds is not for me.
It is a masterpiece. A masterpiece. And most would agree with me. Most
No,
of
they
the
would.
files would say
You're in the majority.
it's something else.
So, okay, what about lambs?
There was no lambs in this.
Weren't there like the non-goat, the white lambs that they have milk and blood comes out of them?
Those were other goats. Right?
Those were all goats?
I think it was all goats.
Oh, okay. All right, let's just go to goats then.
Let's just go straight to goats, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
go
quit
to goat.
pussyfooting around these questions. It's time to talk about
Time
goats.
to talk goats. I like goats. I mean, before
I do
this, goats
too.
were probably like a 7, a 6
Yeah.
or 7. They're so cute, jumping around and kicking.
Giz
and...
has a great picture of her just as a little dog, like
yeah.
staring at a goat, and they're like facing off against each other, and they
Mhm.
look so cute. Like they're
Yeah.
very intrigued by each other.
But when you mix goats with devils,
Yeah.
then we're worried. a
So
little
what
bit.
happened? What happened to the number?
Well, it goes down, is what it does.
Yeah. So you came into the movie thinking a 7. What do you walk out thinking?
2 goats.
2.
They have the square eyes. They're just like creepy little effers.
Charlie was a freaky little goat.
Yeah, he was. I'm not convinced that he wasn't the devil.
Yeah, well,
In
I mean,
real
I don't
life.
think Eggers is convinced either.
Yeah.
I mean, Innocent is like, that goat was the devil.
Yeah, you could just look at that goat and be like, this goat is trouble.
Yeah.
This is not one of those cute goats. This
Mhm.
goat's a freaky freak.
I think that's all the animals that we saw today, isn't it?
We saw rabbits.
Oh, rabbits.
That
yes.
rabbit was really creepy.
Okay,
that was
rabbit.
A creepy,
Q rating
creepy-ass
before
rabbit.
and after.
Rabbits are normally also like 8s or 9s. They're so cute.
Yep.
You don't want anything to happen to them. But this one, I wanted something to happen to him.
Okay.
He was creepy.
So what'd you give it?
I don't know. Your rating thing is so weird.
Just-
this is
I
a
mean,
weird game.
You don't have to be like beholden to the number.
No, you're going to quiz me later.
This is how Rach is with all number-based hypotheticals. She's just always like really concentrated on what the number is. I just throw numbers out there.
Yeah, clearly.
I didn't even do my rating for this movie.
Well, there it is.
I'll tell you right now, it's 76%. No idea what's around it, what's above it, below it.
No,
Don't
that
know.
feels solid.
76%.
Yeah, this rabbit, because this rabbit leads people to their dooms, is also like a 3 after it. It's, yeah, not as scary as the goat, but it is still pretty unnerving to see it. And it scares off all the other animals, too.
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced that rabbit didn't kill the dog.
I think that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So one thing with rabbits were known as familiars as well, so
Mhm.
witches.
Sure.
Milk hares
Hmm.
were these wild hares that would come in and they would drink your milk,
Ew.
you'd have pails of milk, and they were
Uh-huh.
really good at getting into that milk.
Okay.
And so you had these milk hares that people were like, those are witches. They're witches. They're either
Look
like
at 'em
bringing the
drinking
milk
the
back, or they're like actually in witches in hare form. And so they were known as like very evil entities
Oh,
during
gosh.
this time
Okay.
because they're pests.
Sure. Yep.
Well, that's good to know. It's good to know how you feel about each of these animals and how this movie probably changed some things for you.
Great side quest.
What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is for this movie?
Oh, I think it's pretty good. I would say it's probably in the high 80s, like 87.
91%.
Very good. Very good. I like that.
Audience score is actually much lower.
Oh, where is it?
61%.
Hmm.
So let's get into a little bit of the conversation around this movie.
Yeah.
So here's the consensus. As thought-provoking as it is visually compelling, The Witch delivers a deeply unsettling exercise in slow-building horror that suggests great things for debuting writer-director Robert Eggers. So here was the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone says, building his film on the diabolical aftershocks of Puritan repression, Eggers raises The Witch far above the horror herd. He doesn't need cheap tricks. Eggers merely directs us to look inside. I think that's a really cool review.
Whoa.
So here's lots of audience reviews that are talking about how slow the movie is.
Yeah.
It drove people nuts. Brian Keene, he's a horror writer, like Stephen King, and he says this about like the audience reception because he was getting really pissed off about how everybody's like, it's so slow when nothing happens. Brian Keene says, The Witch is a gorgeous, thoughtful, scary horror film that 90% of the people in the theater with you are going to be too stupid to understand.
Let them know. Let them know, Brian. Let them know.
Christian groups hated this. They thought there was no mercy for good Christians. And, people like, they weren't really that flawed. They were just a little flawed. And then they ended up having like succumbing to the whims of the devil kind of stuff. So whatever.
Okay.
Hollywood Reporter says this is the 11th best horror movie of the 2000s.
Wow.
Right behind Hereditary.
Oh, yeah.
You know what their number one was, though?
What?
The Scarlett Johansson movie, Under the Skin. Do you know this movie?
I don't.
She's like an
I've never
alien
heard of it.
who eats people.
What?
Yeah, you've never heard of this either?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
Oh.
I put it on my list. I thought, I should check this out.
Check it out. It's pretty good.
Sounds pretty spicy.
It's supposed to be pretty good, apparently.
Yeah. So I've got some trivia and stuff, but I didn't know how you felt about like it being rated as like number 11 on the best scary movies of the 2000s list. Like, how do you feel about? Does that praise seem good? Do you feel like that's too low? That's too high?
That feels apropos. I am not as well versed as you as the horror movies in the 2000s. It's not a year that it's not a genre that I know a ton about until very recently. I know Hereditary, but I don't know. I mean, and maybe I would know some other ones on that list, but my hunch is that I don't because I just don't know a ton of horror movies.
There were some weird movies on that list.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's some movies that felt like it's Hollywood Reporter. It feels like some of the cinephiles came out of the woodwork and were like, well, you got to mention this random movie from freaking Korea. And the one I'm thinking of is actually deserves to be on the list. It's the Parasite director has a scary movie.
Bo.
It's like, kind of a monster movie.
But yeah, I think this is not only like just a good horror movie. I think it's just a good movie.
Yeah,
it's just.
I think so
and
too.
I think same with like Hereditary. Hereditary is also it's a good horror movie, but it's also just a good movie, which is why I forced myself to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think when a movie can do that, can play both genres, then it should be mentioned up in a top 10 list. So it sounds good to me, but I'm not the person to ask, I guess.
So the first scene of this movie was supposed to be the scene where Anya Taylor-Joy is playing peekaboo with the baby, and then all of a sudden the baby's gone.
Yeah. Oof.
So that's how he wrote it.
Yeah.
Is like that's going to be the opening scene because he thought that, like the audience will immediately be hooked.
Yes.
And so he shopped that script around to people just to get feedback. And one of the people he sent it to is Alfonso Cuarón, who did Pan's Labyrinth, Children of Men, things like that. And this didn't come from Cuarón, but it did come from some of his other colleagues. And they just said, like, I think you're starting the movie too fast. Like, I kind of want to know why this family is out there by themselves. Like, what's the backstory of that? Like, why did this happen? Why do they feel so secluded? And so then he, like, created this whole backstory.
Yeah.
What would you have thought if it would have started with the disappearance?
I don't know that I needed more backstory than that. I think maybe just like a little bit, maybe not that being the very, very first scene, because then a part of me thinks that it's her baby, and so you're going to have to explain that to me a little bit. But yeah, I could have just watched a couple of scenes of them just being a family out in the wilderness, and I'll just assume I won't make any assumptions. I'll just believe what you show me. Yep, they're a family and they're out there by themselves because that's what families did in that time period. So I didn't need a ton.
Sure.
But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I like that we get this backstory.
Yeah.
I like that we see him on trial.
Mm-hmm.
We see him like not backing down against the church and like
Mhm.
his own ego gets involved. And so
Mhm.
like it shows some weaknesses and some like, if you want to get Christian about it, like some sinful fissures in like
Mhm.
the Puritan wall that he's built up and stuff. So I kind of
Mhm.
like that.
Okay.
And then there's that moment where they're all leaving the town
Mm-hmm.
and everybody like seems to be like okay with leaving the town, but Anya Taylor-Joy just keeps staring at everybody and she looks
Mhm.
so sad.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I like
that's
that
true.
whole idea of like I didn't want to come out here.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm. I'm being
I
forced to come out
miss
here.
what things used to look like. She even has that conversation with her brother by the river where she's like, "Don't you remember we used to have like all this cool glass and like we used to
Mhm.
have things that we had for fancy dinners and things?" And he's like, "I don't remember any of that. I remember this stuff happening, but I don't remember all those items."
Mm-hmm.
But she like remembers.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea that like her life is getting worse as it
Mhm.
continues on, I kind of like that.
Well, and that kind of helps maybe also her at the end when she does decide to sign the devil's book, when he promises her butter. He
Mhm.
says, "Do you want some butter?"
Do you want butter?
She's
or
like,
pretty dresses?
so she's like, "Yeah," because I remember what that was like. I want
Yes,
some butter.
Voldemort. I want those things.
Give me that butter.
What canst thou give?
Wouldst thou like the taste of butter? A pretty dress? Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Butter, by the way, there was a moment in history, and I don't think it was during this time period, but I think it was a little bit before it, where the Pope outlawed the consumption of butter because they were having problems with like the dairy industry and they like needed to have like some sort of regulation. And so there became this like big Christian push to like, hey, no more butter consumption. Like that's very frivolous. We need just milk to survive. We don't need to have butter.
You don't
everybody.
need butter also.
Let's not be crazy.
That's
And so the
really funny.
that's one of the things with the butter. It's like, oh, it comes back because
Oh.
historically that was like, oh, I can get a pretty dress and a big old hunk of butter. Yes.
Sold myself for some
Sell
butter.
my soul. Put me in jail. Throw away the key. So when the oldest son,
Mhm.
he gets done making out with, that's an Australian model, by the way. He gets done making out with that Australian model
The witch, yes.
Yep.
The witch in the woods.
Comes back, he's butt ass naked,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out in the rain, and then he like has that whole scene where he's like convulsing in
Yeah.
the
and
house.
he pukes
and
up an apple.
Pukes up an apple,
Mhm.
and then he like has that big moment where he's like talking about seeing Jesus or whatever before he dies.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole scene was coached by Ralph Ineson, the dad.
Oh.
Yeah, he
wow.
like stepped in to like acting coach him through that whole thing.
Okay.
'Cause I think he did a fantastic job
Yeah.
because they didn't know how they were gonna do it.
Uh-huh.
There was supposed to be this weird moment. I think it was written in the script that he was supposed to start like masturbating.
Mm-hmm.
And so then everybody was supposed to be like, oh no, what's he doing kind of thing.
Mhm.
But they kind of shot it. And like the way it's directed and the
Mhm.
way it was acting coached, it to me didn't look like that at all.
I didn't know if that's where they were going with it at times.
They have moments where the actors are like looking down, like almost in that direction.
Uh-huh.
But like you never see enough to like think that that's what's happening. At least I didn't see enough.
The boy makes some ecstatic noises, and so I didn't
Yeah.
know, like, was this like an ecstasy
Mm-hmm.
kind of vibe that he would when he was tripping or what? So
Sure,
there were
yep.
moments that I did feel a little, and honestly made me feel like, oh God, no, don't.
Yeah.
This is a little 12-year-old boy. Don't show me it. Don't show that. Don't do that.
Sure.
So
Yep.
thankfully they did not.
Mhm.
So I appreciate that. But also, I mean, from a storytelling standpoint, that would have been pretty crazy.
Yeah, so Innocent said he read the script and he saw that and he was
Mhm.
like, I'm just gonna have him feel like he like can't he's so parched he can't drink anything. He just wants to drink so bad,
Mhm.
and he's squirming around in these sheets, and that it feels like he's being strangled and being smothered, and then he's like desperate to try to survive.
Mhm.
And so that's how I'm gonna work like the action of it,
Mhm.
and everything else storytelling wise, he's like, it's not really up to me to decide how this gets showed.
Yeah.
So like that's it, kind of like I think morphed and twisted.
Interesting.
But we know he likes to look at his sister's tatas.
Yeah, that was
He can't stop looking.
weird.
That's-
Let that be a lesson to everyone. Don't go moving out to the woods.
it's yeah.
Just don't do it.
It's a
with
wild place out there. Bad stuff's gonna happen to your
That's
dogs.
what's gonna happen to your
gonna
dogs.
start-
Your kids are gonna start looking at each other weird. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
just
like-
don't move out to the woods by
The
yourselves.
twins are gonna get more annoying.
They're gonna
start
make
talking
a
to
devil
goats.
pact
Yeah,
with the
devil-
goat.
Yeah, there's a lot of terrible
All
shit.
true things.
Yeah.
Your wife's gonna breastfeed a crow. This movie was wild.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so that's all I have for trivia. And then I have just like what Eggers is going to be up to next. And we'll talk about favorite scenes, spookiest parts, things like that. But
Cool.
what'd you have on your list?
I didn't really write anything because I was so engrossed. I wrote double V's.
Double V's.
Double
yep.
V's for the witch.
The Vitch.
Just wanted to make sure we covered that. I feel like we've substantially covered that.
Uh-huh.
And then the other thing I wrote down was how cool the dad's voice was.
Oh, wow, that's it.
That's all I wrote. That's all. Those are my only thoughts.
Okay.
It was that engrossing.
Rach, are you going to want to watch the next Eggers movie, which is called Werewolf? Not werewolf. W-E-R. Werewolf.
Spell it.
W-E-R-W-O-L-F. Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
Is that like an old English spelling
Probably.
of that?
Probably.
We're gonna assume
It's probably
that's
a
the
great
original spelling of it.
It's going to be a 2-pack with the Vitch.
Oh,
Can I get the Vitch and Werewolf, please?
Wolf. I'd have to see a trailer, but I'm intrigued. Although I'll be honest, he does things pretty good, so maybe I don't want to see it.
I didn't know this, but I guess Nosferatu was supposed to have Anya Taylor-Joy and Harry Styles in it.
What?
Yeah, and then
One of those makes sense.
The
And I'll
cat-
let you decide which.
then he ended up having to replace Anya Taylor-Joy dropped out,
Uh-huh.
and Harry Styles did,
Yeah.
and so Lily Rose Depp got the role instead.
Excellent.
And then what's his name, who played Beast and who used to date Jennifer Lawrence? He
yeah,
ended up,
Nicholas Holt.
yeah, Nick Holt ended
Mhm.
up taking over for Harry Styles.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
100%.
I think both of those went really well. I think Anya Taylor-Joy, that's very much up her alley as well. But
Yeah.
I also appreciate
seen it already.
him. You know, she's obviously a very important person to him. He
And I
uses her a
thought Lily
lot.
Rose did a good job in that
She
movie.
did great in that.
So Lily Rose is going to be in Werewolf.
Okay.
And
He likes to use the same people.
He does. William Dafoe's going to be back.
Okay.
Just like he was for Nosferatu.
Mhm.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be in this one. It's going to come out next Christmas.
No, of course.
That's Nosferatu did it too.
It's a Christmas movie,
It's
of course.
It's for Christmas.
It's for Christmas.
Yeah, it's no big deals. And then he also, speaking of Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
apparently he is working on a Christmas Carol.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I can't remember who is going to. It might be William Dafoe's going to play Scrooge.
Yep.
But
yep.
he's got a Christmas Carol in the works.
Okay.
Deadline also said this was from the Hollywood Reporter, but I haven't heard any more news that hasn't come out like in the last 6 months about it.
Mm-hmm.
Deadline says recently though,
Yeah.
that he is working on Labyrinth 2. So that's a recent development.
Wow. Okay.
Get pumped.
I'm
But
excited
both of
for
those
all
came
of
from
them.
fairly decent sources. So it's like Christmas
Both
Carol,
things can't be true, can
Labyrinth
they?
2, Werewolf is happening.
Werewolf is happening.
Werewolf is happening. But the other two, we'll just have to wait and find out.
I can't wait. I can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Wild.
Rach, what was your favorite scene in the movie?
Ooh. I don't know. My favorite scene. I think honestly when the mom wakes up and she thinks she sees her kids
With the pecking.
and the pecking, and then at the same time with the pecking going, then out in the shed or whatever that
The
they're locked
witches
in, the witches
sucking on the goat.
Yeah,
Teats.
favorite scene, hands down, favorite scene.
It was startling imagery
Yeah.
in that moment. Yeah,
it
for
was.
sure.
That was a good scene.
Yep.
Honestly, also I really thought that the peekaboo thing was really effective.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen that in the preview, and I was just thought like, oh wow, that's really messed up.
Yeah, when
That's
it's just
crazy.
gone. Baby's just gone.
Baby's just gone. You just see some rustling of some bushes
Yep.
in the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think the witch turned herself invisible? What do you think happened?
Oh, I don't know. It's magic. It's movie magic, baby. I don't know.
There are people
It's a
who
good question.
There are people who read this film
Yeah.
as
Witches, and they're like, this is what a witch would have to do to
No,
do that.
I think there. I was trying to understand this argument that Anya Taylor-Joy has always been a witch. And that she's really like it's like an act. I read somebody's reading of the film like that.
Mm-hmm.
I read somebody's reading of the film that the black evil goat is doing a lot of more stuff than we think, and isn't just observing casually until it's time to spark the bargain with her to sign her soul to the devil. That he's actually like doing some of these things, and then the witches are able to profit off of these moves.
Okay.
I kind of like the idea of him being more passive, though.
What do you think about Anya Taylor-Joy being a witch the whole time?
I like to watch her get corrupted.
I do too.
And it's not even okay. I don't even know how bad of a person she is. What else was she gonna do? Just starve out there? So like her options were like everybody died not because of her. I mean, she killed her mom, and her mom was trying to kill her. So it's like The Shining. Do you blame the little boy for like running in that maze and let his dad freeze to death? No, not really. He didn't do anything wrong. And so there's a little bit of like who's to blame, and I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy is probably not to blame.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't give her soul to the devil. She was going to die. She didn't want to die.
The devil you know.
When you're at the top of the mountain, that's when the devil will come for you.
The devil will come for you.
If the devil don't come for you, Rach,
you must not be doing enough.
No, you must be doing something wrong.
You must be doing something wrong.
Yep.
If the devil doesn't come for you.
Absolutely. What do you think was the spookiest part?
The part that I described with the with the crow and with the whatchamacallit.
There's the two other witch moments I also think are pretty good. Number one, the baby, the baby dies is so sad at the beginning.
Yeah, that's pretty disturbing.
That and then the dog dying are like the two most disturbing parts. But the moment where the horny 10-year-old starts kissing the Australian babe, and then the like gross witch hand comes to the screen.
Let that be a lesson to all of you.
You little hornballs.
Yep.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Who you go try to neck with.
She might turn into a witch mid-kiss.
Yep. Hansel and Gretel, your ass.
So you know. Yep. Consider yourself Hansel and Gretel.
Nobody ever talks about that. That Hansel was looking at his sisters a little passionately, Gretel, and then he was like, "Come follow me into the store." And then he starts making out with this Australian babe who ends up being a witch, and then she puts them both in the cages. Nobody talks about that part of the story.
Nobody talks about that version of the story.
Yeah.
That gets lost.
Rach, you want to go over any acting talk? I don't know if you have anything else to say.
No,
It's great.
It's perfect. It's great.
All right. Well, I think
except for Mushmouth at times when we were talking about scripture. It got a little mushy.
Is there any chance you're pretty good at parroting? Is there any chance that you're able to do anything even remotely close to this dialect work?
So. I wish I could. I mean, that's not far off.
We're prodigal, and that's what we're gonna do that for,
Yeah, I mean,
you can get semblance of it.
The timbre is right. It's that low. It's a really gravelly, great voice. More or less.
Yeah, right. Of course, Caleb, come here.
Okay, I think we're losing it.
Okay, Rach.
Yeah.
I already told you I gave it a 76%.
That's
right?
what you said. You just threw that number out into the air.
I think
is that accurate?
I mean, I think it's a great movie. Without seeing what movies it's around, I don't feel comfortable throwing it into the 80s. But when I thought about this movie, I thought like this is a low 80% movie. So here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Ty, when you go put this on the format, we have a list of ratings viewers that we like are able to look at. It's between 76 and 82%. Figure out what's it live by. That's your job.
That's pretty good. You know your list that well.
Somewhere like around there.
Put it there. So I would have thought that this was higher, but then I looked at my list, and so I had to put it in a spot, and I think you'll understand why when I explain it. But I would have given this a higher score. But I also have to take in mind that this is a horror movie for me, and so horror is only going to get so high.
Rach, do you think we need to at times just forget about the numbers and maybe we just say like, I feel like this movie is at this percent, but here's what it's really around. Here's
the thing. We could start that, but if we did it, we would have to start it next season just to blindly say numbers of what we think it is. But at some point, we have to go in and write those numbers in, and we're going to look at it, and you're going to be like, no,
I like to
be
able to talk about what conversation these movies are in with other films. I like to say it's like around Harry and the Hendersons and Short Circuit, you know?
We've only done one of those.
Yeah, but Harry and the Hendersons is on the list. It's like somewhere between Mighty Ducks and Homeward Bound.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Everyone can relate to that. All right, you ready for my review?
I'm ready.
All right. Masterful at building suspense and atmosphere, and thankfully not near as scary as I thought it was going to be. I give this 60%.
Yay, fresh!
Fresh, definitely fresh. Yeah, obviously fresh. It's right under The Shining,
Okay.
and right above 3 Men and a Baby.
Oh, wow.
Great
Very
company.
good.
Really solid company.
Company with babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Babies.
wow. Rach, the sign off for this week.
Okay.
Because we will be back for a Christmas episode for sure.
Yes. Look forward to that.
Looking forward to it. We
It's
just
not
actually
too far.
bought our tickets to the
Mm.
Christmas movie.
That's right. We're going to watch a Christmas movie
Yep.
in the theaters because it's coming back out. And then we're going to pod all about it.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
How I'd like to sign off this week
Okay.
is by asking you one question, Rach.
Hmm.
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Yes.
Save my children. I beg thee, my Christ. I have not damned my family.